Prepare to step into the exhilarating world of All Elite Wrestling with AEW Fight Forever, now on console and PC. I got a review copy of the PS5 version and I had my way with it for about a good week. Now, this is a game that dares to break away from the recent realism of all the WWE 2K titles. It has nostalgic arcade style gameplay that's really reminiscent of the old N64 days with WWE No Mercy and WCW Revenge. The good old days, right? This title aims to reignite that passion of wrestling enthusiasts, the people that haven't played in quite some time. Because let's be honest, 2K isn't everybody's cup of tea. But does it deliver on its promise? Well, let's lace up our boots, put on some wrist tape, and dive into the squared circle to uncover what I think about this title. At the core of AEW Fight Forever lies the Road to the Elite career mode. So this is an homage to the story mode of No Mercy. This features and introduces a branching storyline that reacts dynamically to your win-loss record. So if you win, lose, whatever, it kind of guides you into different paths, different little storylines. You can win title bouts. It kind of adds a little bit of, an essence of unpredictability into your journey. Anything could happen. It's spontaneous. And, your character could get injured just working out. There's all sorts of different options you could do between your matches. You can explore and go back and replay the different types of storylines to, keep the gameplay fresh and exhilarating. So no two playthroughs will be alike. So brace yourself for a little bit of roller coaster emotions. Maybe if you make a jobber character, he might kind of suck. Now, the game truly shines with the customization options here. They're pretty extensive. You can actually unleash your creativity and create and mold a wrestler that embodies who you are as a pro wrestler. So if you want to make Joey Supershot Spectre, which is my wrestling persona, you can do it. I made a little 5'6", 180 pound, hairy little Ewok looking guy. I crafted his moveset, their entrance. I even paired him off in a tag team with MJF, and you can even customize some arenas on here. So there's an arena customizer, which is actually really nice. On top of that, there's a high level of, personalization that definitely is a chef kiss on top of this game. I didn't think it was going to be that robust, but it's actually really impressive with the amount of features, taunts, moves. Creating a moveset took a long freaking time on this game. And you could use these creations on all of the game modes. They're not just stuck to exhibition modes. You can actually use this on the Road to Elite. You can use these online. You can play them on any single mode. So you're not just stuck to that. You basically can be the architect of anarchy in your wrestling dreams and just go all over this game with that. And like I mentioned before, between the matches, there is a immersive experience where you have different choices of what you could do with your character. You could choose to work out to get stats and earn skill points, but you got to be careful because sometimes you might get injured and you'll have to take your wrestler to the hospital. On top of that, you can go to press conferences to amplify your energy and your momentum. You can partake in mini games, which we'll talk about the mini games here in a minute because it was kind of a strange little, deviation from the normal type of things you'd see in a wrestling game. You could go sightseeing, you could go eat meals. Basically, all these different options enhance and immerse your character. They give depth, they add depth to this journey. It makes it feel like you're really going on a tour between, each tour stop. And you have to make every decision wisely because your character might run out of energy, or you might not be strong enough to get to do a different type of fight or something like that. Your character might fall behind. Now, one thing about the mini games, and I touched base on them, is that they're kind of zany. There's a casino chip mode where you and 3 other characters are on the ring trying to collect the most casino chips. There's a Penta Says, which is basically Simon Says. There's also other types of game modes on here. I don't want to spoil too much of the fun for you, but these mini games are kind of like a nice little break between actual wrestling matches and stuff because they don't take themselves seriously, and it was fun to see added little additions in here. There's also a lot of over-the-top weapons in this game. You can get barbed wire bats, tables, ladders, whatever, the usual. But the one thing that this game has over WWE games is that there's a really high degree of violence on here. Like, brutality takes center stage in AEW Fight Forever. There's a lot of blood in some of these matches, thumbtacks, you name it, and it's kind of interesting to see hardcore wrestling in a video game this much, beyond just like the basic blood that you would see in a WWE game. So if you're not used to it, it might throw you off a little bit, but my God, was the sense of violence in this game something that definitely separated it from wrestling games in recent years. So be wary if you have children and you don't want them to see anything too extraordinarily violent. There's also other match modes that lead to this. Like, they have the exploding barbed wire match. Eventually, you'll run into different types of situations with hardcore weapons. So hardcore wrestling is definitely here. Like never before in a video game. The only thing that they were really missing was backstage fighting. Oddly enough, being able to go backstage would have been nice. Maybe have some backstage brawls. So yeah, you have a fair amount of violence in here. And where this game really shines also is with its multiplayer modes. There's local co-op, but there's also online matches as well. There's a fairly robust exhibition. You can customize and set rules and groundwork for all the different matches, whether you want a traditional singles match or the barbed wire death match that I mentioned. Intergender matches are actually allowed in here, so you can have female versus male matches. So if you want to have Thunder Rosa wrestle Eddie Kingston, you could do that. You can have all sorts of different dream matchups with your favorite AEW superstars or your created wrestlers. And like I mentioned, there is offline, but there's also online multiplayer modes. So you can have 4-player matches. There's the casino battle royale. So there's a lot of different options for you to gather for your experience with AEW, which is nice. The game was a lot more in depth and had a lot more options than I thought. You can even earn AEW bucks by doing challenges. There's daily challenges, weekly challenges that you can earn money to unlock more features like taunts, moves, entrances, arena stuff, and there's even some hidden characters that you can unlock with these bucks. I'm not going to give any spoilers on that, but there's a lot of unlockable content on top of that right now. So the game just came out. I've played it for about a week. It was 10 times much better than I thought it would be. I prefer this old school arcade-like type of gameplay over the, I guess, 2K realistic type of stuff. I think it delivers on its promise. There's a decent Road to Elite journey that you have in here. It combines nostalgic gameplay, branching storylines. There's extensive customization options available for your characters. I think it's a departure from the realism that WB 2K has, and it kind of breathes new life in a neo-retro type of way. If you're a wrestling enthusiast, if you grew up playing the N64 games, I think you'll enjoy the arcade-style gameplay that you get here. And I think maybe some people might get a little turned off from the unorthodox stuff with the mini games and the going to eat and stuff like that. But it felt different to me, and I think if it's different, it's good, right? If you're yearning to play a little bit something more realistic, maybe, I don't know. Some people kind of don't like the way these graphics look. They feel the graphics look a little cheap. To me, it didn't really matter because the game didn't take itself too serious at any point with its over-the-top violence and stuff like that. I thought the character models looked okay. Again, I was playing on a PS5, but some people's chief complaints were they didn't think the graphics looked next-gen enough. To me, that wasn't a problem. I think it was a pretty fun little game as far as the controls and everything go. The sound was awesome. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. It's coming out. Share your thoughts on this game and let me know what you think if you're going to pick this up. I'll leave an affiliate link also down below if you guys want to pick it up. It'll help the channel out at no extra cost. You can support the channel by using my affiliate link and buying it off Amazon. Gives me a little bit of a kickback. I'm going to e-bag that right there. But yeah, guys, AEW Fight Forever. Awesome game. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I can't wait to play some of you guys online. I'll see you on the PvP battlefield. Have a good day.